But who was your player of the round?
My player of the round was Jacob Preston. Preston Mania.
Preston
the Bulldogs
Mania.
Bulldogs
It's going,
fans call him.
baby.
He had a great game. He's been a try-scoring machine for the Bulldogs, and they were completely out of that game against the Cowboys until Reid Marnie just gave him a short ball and he scored the try in the 75th minute. So, impactful player. I think second rower, as you know, the Roosters, they kind of need second rowers. They wish they had him in their depth.
Well, where did he come from? Because you couldn't tell me this 21-year-old kid was going to just burst onto the scene for the Bulldogs and get picked starting round one at second row.
You've spoken to Willie Mason in the preseason. You said who's been the players that have impressed you the most in the preseason. Jacob Preston was the first name out of his mouth. We saw him at Ivy. Great fella. Great bloke.
Yeah.
I'm happy he's doing well, and he was one of the greatest players of the weekend scoring that try.
Preston Mania's running wild.
Preston starts 2 tries, 1 line break, 47 of 49 tackles.
What a freak.
And 116 metres. So, very
Even
impressive.
those tries, like as a second rower, chasing the kick, he's doing those little things right. And he seems like a handful for some opposition, but Preston Mania, brother. It's running wild. No, and we want to see him doing well.
Who was your player of the week?
My player of the week is Dom Young. Dom Young for the Newcastle Knights. He just had a field day. 4 tries. Look at some of the vision. He was giving Manly a hard time. He just skips around Ruben Garrick like he's a little kid, goes all the way, holds the fullback up. But he was everywhere. He's probably the best last tackle option in the comp, I would say.
You saw in the 79th minute of the game, they just put a kick up for Dom Young. Paul Ruben Garrick, I think, is a great player. But Dom Young made him look like his bitch. I mean, he just jumped up over him and put the ball down like he was playing an under-10s game.
Yeah, he was just having a field day with them
What
there.
I don't get is how he was dropped the previous 2 weeks.
Why are you dropping him? He's one of your best players. Look what he did over the weekend. Like, the Newcastle Knights have no reason to win any games with the amount of players that they have out.
No.
They're a depleted team. I mean, no Saifidi, no Kalen Ponga. And credit to Jackson Hastings. I reckon he's one of the better halfbacks in the comp. You could see how he takes control of that team. He's their go-to 7. But just, why are you dropping this kid? You need to be fielding your best team. I know he's going to the Roosters. But
Wow. You know he's only 21?
He's 21
He's
years
21.
old.
Off the back of the World Cup,
Yeah.
off the back of having I think, a good opening round in round 1 for Newcastle, you dropped him. Okay, he's gone to the Roosters, but if you're going to not play him, let him go early.
Or pick someone that you know is going to at least give a Dom Young
No,
performance.
but the goal of each round is to win. If you're not picking players to win that round, then you should be sacked as a coach.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to pick him, let him go and breed someone else.
A lot of people have had that argument. Gus Gould even came out. Why don't you let Suwali go early to rugby? Why don't you let Dom Young go early to the Roosters? Does the NRL need a trade period like every other sport does? NBA, NFL, AFL. Do they need a trade period so Dom Young can go over to the Roosters early?
Especially for disgruntled players. He's not the only case of someone that's signed early. For example, Reid Marnie or Kickout last year. If they have the option to leave early and the Bulldogs or whoever other team that's getting them able to provide some compensation, then let it happen. I feel like NRL's in the Stone Age and compared to other sports of whether they have a free agency, whether they have a trade deadline. Even if they have like an EPL type transfer window, have something in place to make it interesting.
You have to weigh it up. You either have a trade period or you don't allow players to sign a year in advance. Because that's just getting stupid.
Yeah, like when that photo of Kickout got released last year, it was like, oh.
It's a buzzkill.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and especially for a Bulldogs fan, you're like, oh, I've got to wait 12 months to see him on my team.